Today on the program, I'm making my second lager of the season and my first mash maker beer of the season. I'm gonna make this. I was thinking about what do I want to make next after I just made a Pils, and I thought of something a little bit maltier, and I just was flipping through the book and I came to the Maibock and I thought that will work. So he suggests either a mix of like Vienna or Pils, or else just a really good base malt for Pils, and I just bought a sack of raw premium Pils, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 11 pounds of that, and then according to Dawson, it's the recipe, 1 pound of Munich, 1 pound of Carahel, so I went and got those, so I have 13 pounds. He has an OG of 1067. I'm going to just try to get a little bit, I'm trying to get over 1060. That's my goal for today with my 13 pounds, and I'm hoping I can do that. I had a beer that I made with the Imperial Global lager strain, and I washed the yeast, and I made a yeast stirrer last night, and this thing is just looking like $1,000,000. I mean, look at that. You got the Kreuzen, it's all milky white-ish color. It looks nice. So I've got the mash going. I have a clip of that for old time's sake, which will be after this clip. The mash temp, oh, that's in the other video. The hops are sterling, so 1 ounce at 60 and then 1 ounce at 15, so I did get 2 ounces of those. So it's basically to spec of what he is calling for in the recipe, but it's just kind of a fun thing to think about doing a Maibock. I definitely have done them, but it's in my kind of wintry rotation of Helles, Pils, bigger India Black Lager type thing. Like, I don't often think of it, so it's fun to do it. And actually last winter I think I made 3 lagers, including a really yummy pre-pro triple grain amber lager that's in that book that I use corn, and that one turned out really nice as well. So anyway, we'll see how this one comes out. Well, this is going to be nothing new at all. I've been doing this for a long time, but I thought, what the heck, let me throw in an actual footage of the brewing process. I think I'm going to do an intro video before this, which I haven't shot yet, but this is my same old mash tun that I've had for, well, since I started doing all grain in 2005. I first started brewing in early 2001, January, so coming up on 21 years of that. What we got here is I had 16 1/4 quarts of 165, and Dawson says to aim for 151 to 153. It's looking right now, it's sort of, it varies around a little bit until I get it all mixed up, but I'm seeing some 151s and some 152s, which actually would be pretty convenient if I can just nail it right off the beginning without having to. Usually I try to come in high because it's easy to throw in a couple of ice cubes. Well, this just might be perfect. 152. So yeah, anyway, I mean, this is just my batch sparge process. It's probably second easiest to like brew in a bag type of a process for wanting to do all grain, but it's pretty easy really to get yummy beers out of it, and you can make basically any kind of style. Yeah, this is still at 152. I have it all stirred up. I'm just gonna close it up, let it rest. There you go. I ended up with a little over 7 gallons, which is a little more than I need. So what I'm doing is boiling some separately from the main boil on these stove pots. That one is not quite boiling yet, but it will be. And so that actually will help me reduce the volume, get down to near 5 gallons, and it will increase the gravity. So that's nice. The other one, you can't see. It's out in the garage, coming up to a boil. Time to put this baby into action. So let's turn the power off. I can't get a good view of the gravity reading right now. There's a lot of bubbles. I can show that quick, but hopefully it's at least about 1060. I'll have to get a better view of that. I got down to about 5 gallons after having like 7.1 or 7.2. So that's what I was hoping for. I'll get this pitched. I will aerate it with some pure oxygen because it's a slightly bigger lager and that's extra helpful for lager beers. Got plenty of spots in the basement to keep it whatever temp I want, and hopefully it'll be fermenting soon. A little bit, so here we go. He's toasting, we're roasting. Alright, okay, so welcome to Michael Dawson. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
First beer tasting video in a minute. Been doing some baking videos and God knows what else. We are here to try the Sterling Pounder Maibock recipe from this book, which is still available in digital download format. I can try to post a link to that, but you can also Google it and you'll probably find it.
Matchmakerbook.com.
You don't even have to Google it. Saved yourself
Seconds.
all the Googling. Now, I don't know what happened with my efficiency in this particular batch. I'm pretty consistent with pounds of grain equating to roughly original gravity. I use 13 pounds of grain. I normally would get 1060 to 1065, and his recipe would call for 1067, so I wasn't even like really going for it to TBH, but it was 1056. Don't know. Finished at 1013. Also not quite as low as some of these beers, but that's just the numbers. The beer is in the glass. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well said. Cheers.
Now, I can't, to me, there's like nothing I don't like about this.
Me too. End of video.
Yeah. It's clean. I don't have my off flavors that I have had in years past, sometimes with lagers, and you might experience. It's not about the hops. They might be there just a little bit. There was 2 ounces of the Sterling hop, and but you know, unlike a hoppy pale lager that I like to make, India pale lager, black, big log, none more black, whatever. Like these are all about like put in lots of hops. This is about the yummy raw pills, and 1 pound of Munich and 1 pound of Carahel. And I mean, it's kind of like a Helles, that it's not hoppy or too bitter or so on, but it's supposed to be like a bigger cousin to that, huh?
Scaled up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it has that nice, rich, malty quality, just bigger, right? And a little hop flavor, like you said, that 15-minute addition. It's subtle. It's not like noticeable like it would be in a Pilsner, but it's just kind of complementary. I think kind of fruity, herbal.
And even just this last taste, I got a little bit more of that, and I commented before we started rolling that I think when I would drink a 12-ounce glass of this, or a pint, but eventually I'm like, oh, now I'm past the malt, now I get a little bit of that hop character. But otherwise, I didn't write down the yeast. but
something clean.
It's
like
something
you said,
imperial. It might be global. It will be on the brew log, but yeah, this would be not an annual maker of Maibock because I have my pills, my Alice, my certain ones. But then I do like to mix it up. Like 2 or 3 lagers are just sort of like rotating different ones to try. And I like this recipe. I have made a few of them, maybe like a Northern Brewer published one, maybe a Jamil one, and this one doesn't have like melanoid in or something that maybe some of these other ones might have had, and I almost like it just like that.
It's very elemental, right? I do enjoy a Maibock, and we're coming into the time of year where winter's getting old if you're living in Minnesota, and we've been drinking dark beers and strong beers for months, and you want to kind of start anticipating longer days and warmer weather, and yeah, you get a slightly stronger yellow colored beer.
There you go.
Get you through the hard times.
Speaking of yellow colored beer, that'll be the next video. Preview, anyway. But yeah, for us it's about 5 minutes away. For you it might be a week. I don't know. Smash that like and subscribe button.
So this...
Go to Patreon and support people that you want to support. No, I don't know. We don't do that. Just watch the video a couple times. Bump up the view count.
Smashing the button wouldn't hurt though, to be honest.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm the roll of chip here. I'm done. And we'll get to the next beer. And thank you for the recipe and for tasting it. And catch you later.